Alright everybody, now time for another Chimeras Hoard video. I'm going to show you something I built a long time ago. And I feel pretty old looking at it, but I'm still, like I said about my Forge video, I use this quite a lot in some games of mine. This was the first ever shrine that I built, but then again, slash like I guess you could use it as like, kind of like a honoring, like a big shrine, like a shrine to like a fallen, like an old kingdom queen, or maybe it's something, I don't know. But it was also the very first thing I ever used lights in. You can see this little button back here, nice and flickery. But it's basically one of the big old tea lights, the real big ones that are about that big, and use the base of that, a couple of beads. Some old gemstones that I had. I wanted to keep the translucency. The rubber plug of some kind. I think it was a gasket or something. A rubber gasket I just had laying around to seal the edges. The main body is a what do you call it? Film tube. Oh lord, that took too long to come out of there. A film tube from back when we had a whole bunch of film laying around, which would never got developed because I don't know. Never knew why. We just didn't. A good little cameo thing from a bag of beads. I broke out my old wire working abilities back from when I was making jewelry every day to make some like twisted steampunk style wiring or some kind. I don't know what inspired that. It was like the top part was a part of a plumbing thing, and this is just the top end of a like a Christmas ornament that I flattened and then glued a bead to, which I think I did in another video, actually. Of course, like with the other thing, though, there are a few things that I would do differently if I went to rebuild this. One, I wouldn't have used rubber right here, because almost went off camera there again. I wouldn't have used rubber right here, and I would have attached these a little bit more sturdy, because as you can see right there, where the white is, that's actually where this whole thing popped off because the rubber didn't attach very well, so I had to go back and use a different type of glue. I would use something different besides that. I would have used foam or something, a little more. Now that I know what I'm doing, kinda know what I'm doing more with crafting, I would have used a hot glue better to blend these things together, make them fit more. Would have done a lot more of this because I really like how that looked. Probably use maybe I would make sure to not have bought the display model of these tea lights, because that's why I got the button instead of an on and off switch, which I probably could solder on a button, but I'm just too lazy to learn how to do that. One of the cool things I did about why I had this, I had these little like gem crystals I would sit in there, and this light would shine up through it, and it would make them glow, and it was really neat. But it's a pretty good size thing. Got old Umlek here as a scale reference. You can see it right there. It's a pretty good size shrine there. This thing's seen a lot of use, I'll tell you that. I actually had one of my players try to actually lift this and throw it down on some enemies, and he almost worked. Like, he almost managed to pick it up and throw it, but the only thing he could do was just push it off the ledge and make it fall onto the enemies below. He didn't quite do it, but he still achieved in causing a lot of damage and got by and like just completely blocking off the staircase, which I had to give him extra experience for that because I was not expecting him to do that. That was actually a really cool trick. But all my rambling aside, we're going to move on to some stills and close out the video. If you like what you saw, got plenty more to come and plenty more down below in my long ass list of social media crap. But see you around.